To the room. So welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very excited to be sharing with you this opportunity called Daisy. Let me just put my camera on, make sure that's all working. Fantastic. Well, welcome you all on a Tuesday. I know we normally do these on a Monday, but we've got quite a busy schedule during the week now. So I'm moving mine dates. I hope hopefully Tuesdays work as well as we get them on a Monday. Only time will tell, numbers will tell if this works out to be a better date and time. So as you can see in the background, we're going to be talking about Daisy. Welcome to the future. The future is absolutely now. I'm very excited to be sharing this information with you on a number of levels. First of all, before I even do that, make sure I've got my manners. Let me welcome anybody who's brand new to the call tonight. Very pleased to have you on. If you're on for the first time, feel free to put a 1 in the chat so I know who you are. And for those of you who just want to remain silent and undercover, I got you, don't worry. The way this is going to work out, I'm going to share some information with you tonight. And after that information, give you an opportunity to answer any questions that you may have. So if you've got a notepad and pad and stuff like that, of course, we're in the 21st century, probably on your mobile. If you want to make some notes and then any of those questions, we want to make sure everybody gets their questions answered. And of course, if you need to get back to the person who's invited you, more importantly, for the next steps, then that's definitely something you want to do. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to play a short video and then we're going to kick into the information. So sit back and relax.
What is a paradigm shift? An important change that happens every few decades when the usual way of thinking about or doing something is replaced by a new and different way. Examples include capitalization, which now includes crowdfunding, allowing even the smallest contributor to become part of something extraordinary. Cryptocurrency, which is redefining global wealth acquisition and transference in a spectacular fashion. And artificial intelligence, which represents not only the future of all mankind, but has already disrupted several massive industries, most notably commodity and currency trading, which requires informed and calculated decisions transacted at the speed of light. For the first time in history, we're proud to announce the combining of all three of these paradigm shifts into one to create the Paradigm Revolution. Welcome to the future. Welcome to the world's only decentralized artificial intelligence system, known as Daisy. By combining crowdfunding and cryptocurrency, and spearheaded by the revolutionary developments in artificial intelligence by Endotech, the Paradigm Revolution is now a reality. All these groundbreaking technologies have been combined and are now offered utilizing Daisy's unique referral system. Now, computer or mobile phone can, from the safety of their home, create significant wealth to change their family's future forever. Welcome to the Paradigm Revolution. Welcome to Daisy. The future is now.
All right, love that. Definitely, the future is absolutely now because we did actually get started a few days ago, and I'll bring you up to speed with all of that because we did have a preliminary launch, and now we've got a bit of time here, guys, where we're going to regroup and we're going to be going in even more aggressive than the first few days. So we're very excited about what's coming down the pipe. So before I get started, I want to read this legal disclaimer. So bear with me. I have to do these on every Zoom just to make sure everybody's got the same information. We're all on the same page here with this stuff here. So we've got here, purchasing the Daisy AI crowdfund packages is a contribution to the equity crowdfund for the Daisy AI development and not a trading investment. Endotech is giving both shares of stock in the company and profit sharing from trading results to each contributor as crowdfunding rewards. Prior to Endotech going public, shares of Endotech stock will be rewarded to each crowdfund contributor. Stock certificates will require KYC verification of each member's legal ID before any shares of stock can be rewarded. In the case that Endotech does not go public, the equity will be converted into dividends for each member. The trading accounts will be used for the purpose of testing and development. Past performance does not guarantee future results and it's for information purposes only. Historical performances shown are also the result of compounding profits. Profit rewards are contingent upon profitable trading performance and results are not a guarantee. All performance will be visible with full transparency to each crowdfund member. Up to 46% of funds are designated in the smart contract for marketing by the referral rewards plan, and Daisy is not available in the US. What a mouthful that was. I'm sure you would agree. So let's go through the presentation what we have here today, and this Daisy AI crowdfund, which we're obviously very excited about. And let me just make sure this is sharing properly. Yeah, the Daisy AI crowdfund that we're very excited about. So what we're going to do, what I'm going to be doing over the next 30 minutes or so is really doing a bigger deep dive into Endotech and what this project can mean for you and your opportunity here, whether you are going to be somebody who decides to be passive with this or somebody who's going to be very involved in the process of sharing this project. So what is Daisy? It's an equity crowdfunding model within the fintech arena. It's a decentralized smart contract and not a company. So it's a model where everybody can win with profits, equity, and income, which is really, really nice change for one, especially in the crowdfunding format. This currently crowdfunding Endotech is going to be the first project that you're going to see, and contributions are going to be able to, or contributors are going to be able to receive those stock equity and profit rewards. So something very unique here, ladies and gentlemen. Decentralized AI system, which Daisy is being developed by Endotech. And this Daisy AI is the next generation of AI trading. It will significantly multiply the current AI performance, which you'll see in a minute, which is pretty impressive on its own. It's the first project capitalized by the Daisy crowdfund. And we're talking about this AI receiving 10 million for development from the referral plan. So very unique here what we have. The target for this live Daisy AI trading account is 500 million from what we're going to be generating. And so we're looking at Endotech becoming a public company. And so we all have a chance here to be able to, basically to be able to tap into this amazing reward structure, which you're going to see in a second. So we're talking about this this partnership, yeah, this very unique partnership from the crowdfund side to the side where we have with Endotech. So they're a global fintech company specializing in AI trading. So you're going to see a roadmap of where these guys are going and before they become a public traded company in 2022. So not too far away. And they're currently providing systems for top institutions, and their trade results have been incredible, absolutely incredible. Founded by Dr. Anna Becker and her AI scientist. So you'll learn more about her in the next couple of slides. So this is the lady in question. She has a team of scientists that have helped her create these amazing AI systems. We're talking about serving trading across the globe, 150 plus investment firms from the US to the Europe to the Asia market, all been benefiting from her team's AI systems. I mean, she's got a PhD in artificial intelligence. So this whole world of AI is more and more around us. Love it or hate it, this is the world we're moving towards. And so Dr. Anna Becker has that distinct edge in the market. When you look at any company, and as I evaluate different companies on what they bring to the table, it's like, what are they got that's different to another company? What makes them stand out? What makes them have such an interest from so many people? And it's because of the people that are on board, the great leadership, which I've seen here. And you're going to learn more about her and some of the footage that's available for you to really understand what's got us so excited about this. So her publications have been distributed in the AI field all over the place. So you can get to find out a lot more about her and what she's been able to do. And again, one really important thing that stands out for me, when I always look at what documentation says out there, which obviously beats anything I say, is that they've got funds worldwide, including Dragon Holdings and MFG Globe. I mean, these are huge entities out there, and you look at the Gemini website, you're going to see Endotech on there. I mean, this is huge. There's a lot of presence why people are getting a lot of, I suppose, good feeling about Endotech, even if they may not have heard of them prior to Daisy. There's clients, and I've spoken to clients who've been using them and have been very happy with the results. So, we're entering a different field here. So in 2017, she became appointed to the Dispute Resolution Committee. So again, this is just more validation of her credentials. We're talking about over 20 years of senior leadership and innovation in retail brokerages and financial organizations. She brings a diverse set of skills to the Financial Commission's DRC. Again, just speaks volumes to have that kind of recommendation. And again, her skill set in founding retail software solutions and building retail brokerages is something else. So all about this innovation in this market. And you can see here her experience, executive and change agent in the retail finance. She's been able to work with more than 300 brokers and has served as a compliance officer with regulators like the NFA and the CFTC. So there's a lot there, as you can see, and more you can dive into, find out more about this lady and what makes it quite unique. So let's just look at where we're at with this setup with Daisy and Endotech. So Endotech is, as I mentioned, they're the fintech company, they're the entity that's been around, and this is one of the first AIs that came to market. I just want to walk you through this because they have a variety of different AIs, this artificial intelligence, different softwares that will allow us, or them as a company, and now us to able to even enter this arena. We don't have to have an entry fee of $125,000. This would be something that they would, if their client was going to be coming on board in 2018 and they had this alpha strategy, you would need to stump up this kind of money, and you would need to have at least a minimum of $1 million to be traded in assets. So just have a look at this from this point to when these slides got created. Over $1 million in an account with compounding interest. The returns have been absolutely staggering. So we're talking about over 2,200% in returns from January 2018 till when these slides were done, which I believe was maybe around October or November. So if you combine the 21 months of winning trades and 13 months of winning trades, you will get your number of how long this strategy has been going till then producing these numbers. So win loss, everything's here that you can see. It doesn't matter about the losers, as I've learned as a trader myself. It's about how much the winners are, and that is the most important thing. So that's really important. The other thing I liked about this is that they've got this top leverage strategy, and again, this one was produced. You can see the dates here. September, this one came out, and from September to November, just the 9th of November, the results have been staggering. We're talking about close to 300% return in the space of 2 months. Like I said, the winning month, the losing month, doesn't really matter when you're looking at your overall balance being at 39,748 from a $10,000 starting point. So you can see here on an annualized return, this is doing in these numbers around 1,500% return through the power of compounding. And if you don't understand the full what compounding is, Einstein calls it the eighth wonder of the world, and absolutely, I would not disagree with him. When you're looking at these kind of returns, ladies and gentlemen, you'll understand why. If you know how to compound, and you can get your returns, you can obviously pull your returns out when they're available, but if you can compound, and it's all to do with your level of risk management, if you like to have your money into a program longer than you want to, then you can see the returns right before your very eyes. And I believe right now this strategy already has produced something like 800% return from its inception. So this is just several months into the game. We're talking about those numbers. So very, very excited to know what's been possible. And of course, these numbers are just give you an idea of what's been possible in the past. It doesn't predict future earnings. Now, let's just have a look at Daisy and why we're excited about this. Because this Daisy project allows you and me to not have to stump up $1 million of funds, yeah, in order for us to be able to trade this. I'm getting a couple, sorry guys, I'm getting people calling me and I'm wondering, is it because they can't get on the Zoom? But I can't see any pop-ups. So apologies for that. So $100 gets you in, okay? Not $125,000 that other members would have had to have spent in order for you to be able to do that. And it's totally my mistake. I've just realized I've sent an image and I've not sent the actual link for the webinar. So apologies for that. I'm just going to send this link to the guy now, and we should be good to go. So you can see here from the interface what's going to be available. You're going to see that $100 goes into Daisy, this crowd fund, this smart contract, and that's going to be split. Part of it will be into the fund, part of it will be into the Daisy crowd, and I'll break this down a bit further as I go on. Okay, so just give you an idea of what the software will be able to show for you. You'll be able to see in the crowd fund what your returns are, the amount of equity shares you have, everything else, and you'll be able to see on this right side, you'll be able to see that you can see now you have your funds and the kind of returns that you can be making. All right, so everything will be there, transparent as you like it, and you can actually see everything for yourself in the program, which is pretty good. So this is the roadmap I was making reference to. Okay, so 2012 is when the registration of Endotech took place, and 2017 was when the AI got created for the crypto market. So not too long after that, I showed you previously just that that first AI that got created for commercial use in 2018. That now was the one that I showed that had a great return, over 2,200% return from its inception. And now we're talking about institutes, people who have a lot of money to be able to basically put their money in a safe place. And I was actually watching a really good interview today with the VP of sales. He's actually a Brit who now lives in Tel Aviv, and he was talking about their structure and what got him excited, because he had a really bad year in 2018. He got involved in crypto. I don't know if you guys were involved in crypto in 2018, and some of you, this may be a really tough time remembering what happened, because at the beginning of 2018 we saw Bitcoin literally devalue big time. And for those people that were buying and holding and knew weren't interested in just dumping their Bitcoin, it was just business as normal, because Bitcoin does retrace a lot. But these guys were buying at the peak of 2018 when Bitcoin was just approaching $20,000. And so he lost a lot of his own personal wealth he was talking about, which didn't go down too well. And then Endotech helped him recover and have an actual profitable year. So he lost a lot of his personal money prior to him coming across Endotech. And to have a testimonial like that, you would of course want to know more and be more involved. And that was, I suppose, his journey into Endotech. So I thought that was pretty powerful to hear that. So November 2020, they had this evaluation of $100 million. And as you know, right now, January 2021, we had the initial pre-launch of Daisy, broke records, broke servers, everything. And now we're just a couple of days away from them relaunching, taking care of some of the things that, with the amount of people, just for those of you that do not know, in the space of 24 hours, they had about 20,000 members. In the space of a couple of days, there was close to 52,000 members. Those numbers are absolutely insane. And as a result of that, some members actually ended up earning over $300,000. I even heard up to the figures when they stopped enrolling people, which was Friday. People had earned close to $1 million in 4 or 5 days. I mean, this is incredible to hear those numbers. Proves to me one thing: website up or not, money is going direct to your wallets. And this is one really important thing. If you've ever had unfortunate situations where you've joined a program, joined a company, that company decided to run off with the money, or did it just this, or they just ran out of money, they weren't able to live up to their expectations. This money is going direct to you. There is no company for you to go to hit a withdraw button. So that excites me a lot. And so let's just look about where we are. 2021 crowdfunding 10 million into this Daisy AI. It's going to be the first phase of the development for Daisy, and we're talking about 500 million of assets under management. This is a huge deal. This is just showing you what's going to be available, and you're going to see these numbers in your software. And then the next year, Endotech has got a goal to become a public company, and the Daisy is making that a reality, and your involvement in that is going to be your part of your equity in these shares that are going to be published. So really exciting times ahead of us. You look at 2022, they're looking to add Forex into their portfolio of things. And again, that excites me as a retail Forex trader myself. We're talking about an additional $1 billion of assets under management. And then you're looking at 2023 now, and you have, the stock side of life into the mix. So there's a lot here to be really excited about, to be focused on, to be really, looking forward to. There's not just a one-trick pony in crypto. They are literally branching out in all of the financial arenas. So let's have a look at what your contribution will do when you get started here. So everybody, when they join, up to 10 crowdfunding tiers they can select from, starting from $100, and every contribution equals 5% of Endotech stock. So I told you at the start of this, one evaluation which was done, or evaluation that was done in November, was having them about $100 million. It's without question, by the time they do go public, you can look at doubling that. I do actually believe their figures are more closer to 200 million, but let's just stick with 100 million. And then you might want to think about how many ways would you like to earn Endotech stock prior to it becoming a public company. This is where fortunes are made, as we know. When you can get a stock on a company, let's not even talk about the massive successes of companies like Amazon. When they first came out, nobody probably blinked an eye. Now, their stock is so high. So it's a similar scenario here. You're going to be able to earn these stocks. I'm going to show you different ways in which you can increase that value tenfold. And so we're looking at also how they are sharing, whatever you put in as a contribution, because we're not investing, we are making a contribution into this Daisy AI, where your money is going to now go into this trading for development. 50 to 70% of that will go into that arena. In fact, this is the time I want to put up my fancy highlighter so I can show you where I'm at. And then 15% of the trading profits are rewarded to the residual referral plan. I mean, that excites me alone. I just want to stop here for a second, because a lot of programs, a lot of times when you look at a lot of well, as much as I've seen, I've been around the block and seen a lot of different programs. What excites me all the time is, do the program have some kind of residual plan in place? Or is it a case that you just have to constantly bring people into a program in order for you to work? Because when you stop bringing on people, what's going to happen to your money? So it's really important that we've got this trading aspect, which makes this residual income be a reality, especially for somebody who wants to be passive. You can also earn quite well here as well. So you can say contributors can withdraw their trading rewards at any time, and of course, anybody is can participate in the optional, I should say, referral plan. You might want to see why you may want to take a stake in this, and it pays out 46% of each contribution. So let's have a look at how this works. You're going to get your Tron wallet set up. Now, don't be frightened if you've never done this before, you've never got a Tron wallet. Don't worry, it's just similar to having a wallet with Bitcoin in or any other cryptocurrency in. But we're going to use a dedicated Tron wallet, and we'll talk about the ones we're going to be focusing on towards the end of this presentation. So that allows for your Daisy contribution to be made. And then you can see on the left side, everybody will have access to this. 50 to 70% goes into live trading, goes into Endotech, and goes into your rewards, okay, back into your wallet, which is really key here. And then the other side, for those of you who want to get the most out of this, you can then decide to share it. Whether you share it now, whether you share it after you've had results, it's totally up to you. But there's a benefit of sharing it right at this stage. As we know, first move advantage is a huge deal, and you just get locked in at the early stages. So here we go. 46% goes into the referral plan and going to pay you back into that same wallet. So that's why we like this, and that's why I like it. So that's how that works. So why the Tron blockchain? There's many different entities, of course. This, we like the fact that the gas fees or the transaction fees can be very low, very fast. Doesn't need a company to be in control, stopping our payments being made. And we can see transparency. Already we've seen on the blockchain, we've had to go to the blockchain, we've had to verify some transactions in some cases, and everything's there. You don't necessarily know who that wallet may belong to, but you can see a transaction took place between two people. So it's not as though I can say I sent $100 to somebody and they said to, and they're telling me that they didn't receive it, because I can actually see the confirmations and everything else on the blockchain. So this really is huge deal. The blockchain and AI technology together, it's just massive, guys. And then Tron being a very a very strong emergent token for one to put their money into. It's about 3 cents right now. I think at its peak it was about 30. So there's a lot of growth for one to have just by holding some Tron. And I believe maybe everybody who's held Tron for over a week has had a nice little pay rise in the rise of Tron. So let's just look at how you're going to benefit, okay? Because I always like to see not necessarily what's in it for me, because I know I'm going to go out there, I know I'm going to share it, and I know I'm going to build a network, but not everybody's going to do that. So what's going to be the advantage of me telling my auntie or my uncle who have no real interest in sharing it, or just can barely open a wallet? It's because 3 things. One thing that everybody understands is owning equity. Okay, that's one thing that everybody, to most degree, understands. If you can own a stake in a company that is not even public yet, the likelihood of that returning you something very favorable is there. Now, Endotech is saying if they don't go public, you're going to receive dividends in the future. Again, another great thing for you, just for you becoming a member of this Daisy crowdfund. Huge. Could be a huge deal for you. Trading rewards. Again, you don't have to be the one trading, okay? Benefit from the successful trading being done on Endotech's platform. We've already seen the AIs that have already been producing 2,000% returns since, for the last couple of years, 3 years. We've been already seeing like one of their most recent one producing 300% in 2 months. Now, I'm not here to say that you're going to get 300% in 2 months. I'm going to say to you, this is the kind of results these guys have produced. This Daisy AI is allowing them to create even more returns from what you've already seen. So if you've been impressed with what you've seen so far, you ain't seen nothing yet, as the saying goes. And then you've got the potential here for matrix spillover. And so we say potential because everybody that's coming in are going to be in this 3x10 matrix. And I'll break down the numbers in a second that you're going to be able to benefit from in the referral plan. Okay, so let's just have a look at your involvement of how you can get started here. So $100 gets you into Daisy. Now, there's going to be people joining anywhere, and have joined anywhere from $100 all the way to $100,000. And all that is that if you have the means to do it, you go into more matrices to allow you to earn on more than one entity. So again, we're going to show you how you can earn just through coming in with $100. We're going to show you how if you came in up to entry level 7, which is a combination, guys, of everything prior. So if you like the idea of coming in at entry level 7, you've got like 6,500 at your disposal, you want to get started with, you've got to also consider the levels prior to that. So this is the total funded column. So just keep that in mind. Each level that you want to progress to doubles as you go. Okay. So from $100 gets you in, and then to the top is 102,000 if you want to be in all 10 crowdfunding tiers at the same time. Okay, so what will happen to those people who come in entry levels 1 to 7? Half of your money gets traded, half your money goes into the crowdfund. But this is what I love as well. For each 100 you put in, you're going to earn 1 share of equity in Endotech. All right. The more you do, the more you get. So just, if you want to just work out where you are going to end up, if you want to come in at level 3, okay, $700, about £500, you're going to end up with 5% equity shares in Endotech. Okay, so a lot of things here worth you getting involved with at this stage. Then you look at this entry levels 8 to 10 now, from entry levels from people that have contributed $25,000 and above. They're now going to have 70% traded and then 30% in the crowdfund. So you can see that dynamic at play, and we'll show you more of that in a second. So at this point, I'm going to take a swig of my water. Oh man, that was good. And I'm going to go into the referral plan. So guys, sit back, put your listening ears on. I'm really going to go pretty fast and furious here. So there's many different ways in which you can earn from Daisy. And this is one thing I like. It's not just a matrix and that's it. No, you've got the personal referral bonuses. You've got the matching check matrix bonus. You've got pay setter revenue bonus. And you want to perk up your ears when I get to. You got your upfront infinity bonus. You also got residual, and I love residual income, from 10 generation of unilevel trading bonus, infinity residual bonus, and to boot stock market or stock equity on top of that, pay setter equity bonus in that mix. So we've got a lot of things worth going for. So if I was to tally these up, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different ways in which we're going to be generating revenue, as well as the multiple matrices that are available. So you can see here, this is a huge deal when this starts paying out. And if you've already joined, congratulations. So we're going to talk about personal referral bonus here. Any person that you personally bring on board, regardless of the amount that you started with, you're going to earn 5% of what they start with. All right. So you may not have, let's say, for example's sake, you may not have 100,000 to put into this, but you may know somebody who has. Guess what? You're still going to earn 5% bonus from your personal referrers. What about the force matrix? We've been talking about this 3x10 matrix. Let me break this down, how this works out for you. And I'm going to show you 2 case scenarios here. One case is without what we call spillover. This is just, you may have a network of people that you want to share this with, and you just want to bring them in. And as they come in, they fall evenly underneath the persons that are already there. So you got level 1, your initial level 1, you've got 3 people. It's a 3x10 matrix. So the next level will have 9 people. So if you was to bring in all of these people, yourself, you're talking about 12 people in total that you're going to get paid on in the referral plan. Let's just look at case number 2 now with spillover. So this is you, same situation, but if you're literally positioned underneath somebody who's very active in the program, and whoever they bring in, remember, we can only bring in 3 front line to us. Anybody that's already in our front line, they'll have to go on the level below. So in this scenario, your first position actually got filled from somebody in the program. Okay, and then let's say these 2 were through people that you may start to share this with you. So your first 2 will still be frontline to you. And even your third person who ends up down here is still frontline to you. They're just on your level 2 in the matrix, because you can only have 3 on your front and 9 on your second. Okay. And so again, somebody else built over into your group. This is what I love about this. This is group dynamics. You're not doing all the work yourself. This is a combination of you. Could be people below you that's joined, could be people above you that's joined. Who cares how it works out? Once the computer sees it, they say, oh, you got a full matrix, we're going to pay you on that. You got another matrix full, we're going to pay you on that. Another level full, we're going to pay you on that. So this is how spillover will work. It will just fall underneath the next available slot in that same fashion. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Nice and even. So there's no disjointed moves there. So how does it work in reality? $100 gets you in. You purchase your first tier. Everybody has to go through that same door. In those people that want to come in with $100,000, they all have to come into that number one position. So as long as you're in that number one position, which we all are, that's where that spill can take place. And then as you advance, you want to go into your next matrix level. This is $200. You put your $200 in, it opens up that level of earnings. And then you go to your level 3 is $400. It opens up that level. So as you progress, whether you start off this way from day one or you build your way up to this way, I hope the goal is for you to be able to earn your maximum. And we'll look at that in a second. But look at this. Each contribution tier that you fund lets you earn when those same tiers are funded within your matrix. Your funding tier determines the tiers you earn from in the matrix, and higher contribution tiers funding your matrix will compress up to the next qualified member. All right, so we'll look at that and what that actually means in reality for you. So you're in the program. This is the matrix bonus that we been alluding to. And so how do you benefit from this? Well, for those people who are passive, they can just look at the two first lines in white. Okay, requires no personal involvements, no trading volume required, but the members that are falling in, which will have to be from spillover, because you're passive, you're just in it to make your money from the trading. So you're going to earn 4% on whatever the package that person comes in at, which will be $100 in this example. So you've got 3 members, 4 times that is $12. That's what you're going to earn on that level. The second level, same deal. 9 people now earning 4%. Guess what? You're going to earn $36 on that. So again, you came in, you had your $100, you open up that matrix level on other people that joined, and as they filled the matrix, you earned on that level. Okay, so hopefully that's clear. Now this line, I'm just going to work with this line for now. If only $100 came into the program, you came in $100, and you just worked that one matrix, you got that one matrix at your disposal. All right, when you got 3 people and on your level 3, generation 3, that's going to pay $81, and he keeps paying out, as this is just with the volume requirements, okay, and the amount of members in the program. Okay, so you got 3 personals, and then 27 members on that brings a total of 39 members. You're earning 81 plus the 36 plus the 12. So all of these start to accumulate. All right, and if you keep doing this and just building that volume down all these levels to level 24, you actually end up earning close to $250,000 on your level 10. If you calculate it all out, it's $344,000 if you add all of these out. Okay, so that's building for the future. You're going 3 getting 3 in a perfect world. If everybody got 3, you'll end up with these numbers. Let's say month 1, month 2, month 3, month 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10th month, you got this accomplished. I'm sure that will be worth your while, staying focused and doing this and getting this done. Let's speak to the people now who've maybe come into the top levels here, the higher levels, I should say, tiers 1 to 7. So if you've done tiers 1 to 7, let's look at the figures and the maths on that. Same amount of people, but obviously the numbers are going to be different because you're now tapping in to your matrix levels at a higher level now. So instead of earning $12, you're earning $1,500, just over $1,500 on your generation 1 with 3 people. When the second line generation here, 9 members, you're now earning $4,500. And if you just break it down to another generation 27 here of members on your generation 3, you're now looking at over $10,000 of turnover. So if you add just these 3 together, that's close to like $17,000 in revenue. Okay, same numbers, but obviously based on the amount that people can start with, you can start to see the figures start playing out. And this column here, you do start to earn, close to you start from a 6-figure turnover from your month, your generation 6 with 12 people with a total fund of 8,729 people. You're now looking at over $250,000, and then you start to earn the higher earnings. And when you have a totally full matrix, you're looking at over $40 million in turnover here. Okay, so, and of course, last but not least, tiers 8 to 10. Same example, okay? But now you're earning at obviously a higher level, 5,376 on your generation one. That's 3 people doing what you've done, tapped into this level, and then it's down these levels. Yeah, this starts to pay out it's over 6, 7 figures in turnover. So to make it a total of 189 or 188, sorry, million dollars in turnover if you totally maxed out the matrix. Now, let's say that didn't happen. Let's say 90% of that didn't actually become a reality. You know, only 10% of that actually really happened for real. Even 1% of that happening for real is close to $2 million. But I'm sure a lot of people would feel it'd be worth their time if this turned out to be a 20 million turnover. But the mere fact is, these are the numbers, and the numbers don't lie. And I've mentioned earlier, we've already got stats from people who've already been able to achieve over $300,000. Some cases 100,000, some cases 50,000, some cases $50. Right? We've seen these results already, and so we know what's possible and what's probable in the next coming days and weeks in Daisy. All right, so let's just have a look at this. This is just one bonus, and I know I spent a bit of time on that, but that's just one bonus, guys. All right, let's not just get hung up on that one alone. As attractive as it is, there's a lot here on offer. So what about a 10% match? So you go and share this with somebody. Remember, levels 1 and 2, there's no requirements for that. There's no matrix requirements for those levels. To earn on these levels, there is a matrix requirements, okay, where you need to have your personals and stuff like that. But you can earn on your levels 1 and 2, no problem. You want to start earning on your levels generation 3 down to 10, you need to start referring and stuff like that. So all of this table here, you can see where your match can start to kick in. And of course, the numbers at these higher levels will obviously be reflected in your match based on what you've been able to do yourself. So example here, 10% from the matrix bonus of personally sponsored members generated from 5 generations. So 5 generations you're going to be able to tap into, which is pretty significant. And if you are at the $100 contribution tier, you earn a match from the $100 matrix. Okay, so as you have money, as you're able to put more in, as you're earning money from the program, it makes sense to advance yourself to the higher levels so you can start earning a match. Of course, that's really for those who are sharing it with people in the program. Okay, now this is a bonus that I like a lot because of the fact that, hey, it's timely, and it's you know, it gives us an opportunity to do something in the first 30 days that can pay us for a lifetime. Okay, on people that we don't have no direct relationship to. Let me just break this down. They've got a pay setter bonus in place. If you do this, if you stay focused for 30 days, and trust me, I know it's difficult, especially when there's programs popping up left, right, and center, and then they're the next best thing out there and stuff like that. It's difficult sometimes to stay focused, but do what you can to really stay focused if you want to make the most out of what I'm sharing with you. Because what they've said is unlock any matrix levels between 3 and 9 in your first 30 days, and you'll get the next matrix level unlocked for life. Can you imagine just the kind of numbers I've just shared with you, what you can actually earn just for you doing whatever you can do within your first 30 days? Now, we have now have an option here. If you unlock level 10 in your first 30 days, right, you become a pay setter. And so what does that mean? You now earn 1.8% of all crowdfunding and 1.25 of worldwide trading profits. Okay, I want to emphasize this. I need to come back on camera. You know, we're talking about 1.8%, guys, of all crowdfunding. Now they've already brought in over 50,000 members within 4 days. When this bad boy opens up again, right, and you look at what their numbers, what their projected numbers of where they're looking to get into this, and I've seen other smart contracts do 1 million people in 12 months. I think these guys are going to blow those numbers away. Now, let's say they did that, or let's say they did half that, right? And every single person that comes in between now and the 500,000 uh, what's it called? Yeah, 500 million members, right? Think about what that risk represents to you, what that can represent to you in total earnings. I'll share some numbers towards the end, and you would definitely want to stay locked to this. And of course, we're not even included the profits from the trading yet, and also the equity share of Endotech stock on top of that. So you're looking at some serious money here, guys. Literally life-changing money. I've seen so many programs out there, and I suppose that word gets used a lot. This can be truly the thing that changes your directory, where your finances are, and everything can change everything for you. There's this gold pay setter bonus, guys, that is just, you imagine your Tron wallet. You're not waiting, that money's not stuck in a company. They've actually paid that out already. Within the first day, people had qualified for $4,500 in that one bonus, and they paid it immediately. And now they're paying it on the hour. I mean, just give you an idea, and that was on 20,000 people, not 50,000 people. And I'm not talking about the other numbers that are going to be coming in, but every person, every networker, every customer, every person, it doesn't matter, you're going to earn a clip of that. So this is thousands of deposits, can go to your can go to your wallet, can be you. These contributions are being made to. So definitely worth focusing on. Now they've got this leadership bonus on top of that. So if that wasn't enough to stay focused on, let me just show you something else that you may want to maybe stay focused on. Receive one share when 3 of your personally sponsored members become gold pay setters. Okay, so this is a leadership bonus, and you can receive as many of these as you qualify for. Again, definitely worth staying focused for. I think I've said focus now maybe 10 times. 1.8% of every contribution worldwide, and 1.25% of all trading profits are divided between qualified members. Now, again, within the first 24 hours, this one bonus paid out $63,000, and on top of the other bonus that I just mentioned, on top of whatever they received anyway. That's why people were able to walk away with over 300,000 within 24 hours of getting started. These are some amazing opportunities for anybody that's willing to do the work here. I mean, it's there, it's available. So let's just look at the residual component as I bring a close to this. This is really exciting because, like I said, this is a program where you don't have to be referring people in order for you to make money. Now, if you do share it with other people, this is a nice residual payout that kicks in. So levels 1 and 2, remember, there's no necessary requirements for you to be earning 3.5% or 1% when anybody that you share this with withdraw their money. Want to get in their profits, they want to pull their profits, you actually earn a percentage of that. Okay, so you earn that on level 1 people, your directs, and on their people, the people that you shared it with, and they brought in people, you could also earn that all the way down to level 10, providing you've qualified yourselves from levels 3 down to level 10. Remember the 3 people on your generation 3, all the way down to your 24 people on your generation 10. So wherever you are, wherever you feel that you're going to be working this to, keep that in mind, because you can find people who are coming in at the higher levels. And let's be frank, just think about it, the higher levels are where people are going to have more money traded, so therefore when they withdraw their profits, those returns are going to be even higher. If you qualify, guess what, that money goes to you rather than the person who may have brought that person in, because they may not have qualified themselves in the matrix. Huge amount of money is going to be made from this residual payout. Okay, so again, leadership bonus on that front is also available. Okay, so you got 1%, 1 share when 3 of your personally sponsored members become gold pay setters, and you can receive as many shares as you qualify for, and just keep that going. All right, 1.8% of every contribution of worldwide, 1.25% of all trading profits are divided between qualified members for that to happen. Okay, and so let's just look here. There's 3 categories here. You've got tiers 1 to 7, where half your money goes into Daisy Fund. Tiers 8 to 10, 70% goes into your Daisy Fund. And VIP customers are coming out soon, where you're going to be able to have much more control over that one. So you can see here, if you've done this, levels 1 to 10 are purchased in the Daisy crowd fund, 100% of your funds goes into the trading, minimum of $20,000, and the fund stays in your personal wallet. Yeah, absolutely massive. Endotech 5% setup fee, and you keep 80% of the profits. So again, you're more control over what's going on in your disposal, and then 10% goes into the referral reward plan. So how do you join? Because I know you want to chomp at the bit and get started. Right now, you can't join and start because we are in between the pre-launch and the soft launch. And there's some additions that they're making to cope with the load, because the amount of people that joined on day one, they just literally broke the servers, like I mentioned. So a couple of days from now, we'll be able to get back in. So what we're doing, making sure everybody's prepared with the right wallet. We are strongly recommending Tron Link as a wallet to use, or Clever. It may be another wallet. If you already got Clever, great. You can use that. We were directing people onto Tron Link because of during the testing phases, it had 0 problems. Where Clever did have some problems, but I believe after the relaunch, these two would obviously be your primary choice. Tron Wallet is going to be phased out. I think Clever bought Tron Wallet, so that's only a matter of time before that is no longer going to be an option. I should actually remove that off the slide. And so just download it and have your relevant amount of Tron in your wallet. Okay, so you can sign up with the link from whoever's invited you into the program. Purchase at least a minimum of 100, so you get into that level entry 1, which everybody has to do when they join. You can't skip that entry level, so you're in at level 1, and then keep going up to as many positions as you want to start with in the program. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of the slides. I want to thank you for your time tonight and your ears and your attention, and I do want to break a pause in the presentation and have a little 2-minute break. I do want to come back and then just bring everybody up to speed with what's coming up. So everybody have a 2-minute stretch break. I'm going to grab one, and so I'll be back in a second. Thanks very much. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Glad to see you still have most of the people still on the call. So let me just answer a quick private message. What to qualify for the next tier level for life after level 3, is that only within the third? That's right, yeah. So let me just go back to that slide just to answer that question. You guys make sure you guys fully get that. Let's have a look here. To qualify for your previous, if you want to qualify for life, is the pace setter. And let me just resume that. Just stop that. Resume slideshow. Okay. Let me end the slideshow. Go back to the. Yeah, let me just bring that up. Sorry, guys. Just end this. So if I show you that pace setter, so you've got 30 days to have that next level unlocked. Yeah, so whatever you want to do, whatever you want to go for, don't get to a situation where day 29 you've got let's say you unlocked your level 3 and you had 950 turnover. Find $50 from somewhere, right? Do whatever you can, get another person in something, right? So that you can unlock the next level, right? So if you're that close and it's only because of your funding requirements that's not made you do it, then just do what you can to unlock the next level. Okay, so it's worth doing that. So great question there. So ladies and gentlemen, feel free as I go through this, I want to do a little bit of training here. Feel free to any questions that you have. This is a good time for you to go into it. I do want to share a couple of things, especially as we're relaunching or getting ourselves prepared for the relaunch. A couple of things you can be doing in this time, using this time productively. Okay, so this is just some ideas on how you can go about sharing this. I shared this a couple of weeks ago, and I think some people got some value from this. I figured, let me share this again. Let me just share my video. Let me share this again. So this is what you're, ultimately a way in which you can share Daisy. Now, there's many different ways. People have different formats. Some people like social media. Some people like your, belly to belly, face to face, on the phone. Well, maybe not so much face to face these days, but over the phone and things like that. Whatever works for you. There's not one right way to build an entity. So I'm going to share some ideas that you can maybe piggyback off and mold it to what you like. So this is a proven way. This is, I think, Frank Varon. Frank is somebody who's a big earner in the industry. I believe came out of retirement because of Daisy. So he's sharing some of these things there. I'm just going to mute the lines real quick. You guys got a question, let me know. If you do have a question, please raise your hand so then I know it's actual real question and it's not your mic that's gone AWOL on me. So these are some things that you can do. The Daisy AI referral system allows everyone to create fabulous wealth, as we know. So who should you approach first? The easy way to ask that question is to maybe ask yourself this question. If you was one of the lucky people to win a mega lottery of $1 million, suppose to qualify to collect those winnings, you would have to give half of your jackpot away. Okay, I think I read that last time I read that round. I actually didn't read that part. So in order for you to qualify, you have to give half of your jackpot away. In other words, to collect 500,000, you would have to give away 500,000. Who would you give it to? Now, the answer may be, the people that you love the most, of course, or somebody who you owe 500,000 to. Who knows, right? So only you know the answer to that one. But those should be probably the first people. Now, doesn't mean they're going to be the first people you're going to have in your matrix, which I want to make a massive distinction to on how you want to build this out. Because like the likelihood of it, the people that you love, dear, and close to you, and you want to see them do well and flourish, may not be the biggest networkers in your circle of influence. And so we're making a business decision here, not just a decision based on emotion. Okay, so I want to just make that distinction because that can hurt you if you don't set yourself up correctly from day one. So let us start with your first steps to success. This is an example. Now, there's many different approaches. If those of you, and let me know if you guys were on the training on the weekend, the Super Saturday event that we had as part of our team. We've got some real dynamic players, real servant driven people. They want to see people do well. And they shared some nuggets on that training. And if you didn't see it and you want to know it, I've shared it in my Facebook and in my Telegram, and I've also emailed it out. Some 3 hours of training of really top-notch stuff here from 7-8 figure earners. So there's every different way or approach, and approach is a real key thing here. So I'm going to share with you this example. Hey, Michael, have you heard of crowdfunding? Programs like GoFundMe. I'm going to start with something generic, right? A lot of people have. Have you heard of cryptocurrency like Bitcoin? Just wait for their answer. Always make a danger if you're prospecting and you talk too much, because you might get nervous and you just feel you'd have to ramble and you don't like dead space. Dead space is going to be your friend because you want them to talk, not you do the talking. So you ask a basic question, a leading question. Have you ever a crowdfunding program like FundMe? I personally don't necessarily like a yes or no answer, but I think this steers you in the right direction. Have you heard of cryptocurrency like Bitcoin? The likelihood is most people don't understand it, are afraid of it, may believe it crashed and burnt and died, and that was the end of it. And so obviously you can say, have you heard how much money people are earning? They are turning dollars into fortunes. And then this is where you warm them up with your pitch, right? Because obviously based on what they're saying here, if they say yes, I've heard of it, yep, I've heard of it, I'm involved. I'm in Bitcoin, yeah. So so your answers may not be, but if they're not saying, oh no, I don't really know Bitcoin, no, then you can obviously open up and steer the direction. Well, I've just joined an incredible program that is powered by future technology called AI, artificial intelligence is happening right now, and I can earn great extra income right from home. It's also going to help me achieve one of my dreams, blah, blah, blah. That part is obviously based on somebody you've got a real relationship with, that you may want to, they may know your hot buttons, they may know what your dreams are and your goals are, but that may not be something that anybody really cares about. But obviously somebody who's near and dear to you, they may know, yeah, it may now for once I can actually get rid of my broken down car that never starts. I have to keep push starting it, or I'll be able to move out this neighborhood that's crime ridden and stuff like that. Whatever it is, send my kids to the top school or education, and whatever that you fill in that blank, and anyone can do it right from their mobile or their home. So if you know their hot button, it is even better, I believe, because you want it's like, so what? Oh yeah, great for you. What's it in it for me? So if you say to me, oh yeah, you know what, Leroy, that's going to help you buy that Porsche, like, and do X, Y, Z. They're talking directly to me. So if there's something that that somebody you obviously you're close with, and you may have probably joined many programs together, and so you may have that conviction now to say, you know what, I really see this for real, this happening this year, blah blah blah. All right, so I'm just paraphrasing, just putting some stuff out there, because that's how the reality is going to be. And it combines crowdfunding, cryptocurrency, artificial intelligence. I know that may sound a bit confusing, but it really isn't. I'll email you a couple of videos that you can give you all the basics in less than 10 minutes. Once you've seen the videos, let's have a obviously maybe not be able to do a coffee and lunch, depending on where you are in the world. And I will explain the rest, right? So yeah, definitely no time for coffee and lunch. It's like, yeah, once you've seen the videos, I'll call you back in 10 minutes, and you set the appointment. You're going to call them back 15 minutes time, 10 minutes time, once you confirm that they can actually watch those videos. So if they can't watch the videos, like when you're going to send it to them, don't send it to them. Get a commitment. I would definitely, because last thing you want to be doing is doing multiple follow-ups on somebody who hasn't even, who hasn't got the time, right? For whatever reason, they just can't get to the emails to spend 10 minutes and stuff like that, or it's not a priority for them. So you don't want to be, have you watched it yet? Have you? No. They say to you, okay, yeah, when will you be in front of your computer? Oh, I'm in front of my computer actually now. Okay, great. What I'm going to do, if you check your email, I'm going to send you an email right now. Can you check your email while I'm speaking to the? Yeah, okay, yeah, I've seen it. Brilliant, fantastic. Okay, what I'll do, I'll call you back in 10 minutes, because you don't want to be doing this long-winded follow-up thing, right? Just get a commitment that they can watch it, and if better still, if you're on the phone to them at the time when you're sending it to them, then it's easy. Everyone's got cell phone or a tablet or something where they can see their emails pretty straight away. And then obviously from there, after they're watching those two videos, they will tell you if this is for them or not. Yeah, nah, I was involved in something like that, it didn't quite work out. But you can obviously get their questions answered. Listen, I don't know all the answers, but I know somebody who is a lot more involved in this. It's got more been able to answer your questions like that you have. I like to just get them on the call to answer, or different ways in which you maybe want to do a three-way call, or send them onto a webinar where they can get their questions answered, maybe like this, somewhere that's interactive, so they're not walking away still with loads of questions unanswered. Okay, so there's many different ways in which you can finish that piece, but it's the first bit and the follow-up, because most people drop the ball when it comes to follow-up. They never do it. They do this bit well, right? They send the information out, but they never get back in touch with the person, and then that person ends up signing up with somebody else, and is like, oh yeah, a week later, oh yeah, somebody else sent it, I didn't realize it was the same thing. And I know I can say that because that stuff's happened to me in the past. So approach all the people you're closest with and share this initial daisy information with. You can continue to build your dream wealth by immediately doing the following. First, reach out to your team, whoever you're working with, create your fast start game plan. So it's got to be a plan that works for you, because my numbers may not even be anything interesting in what you do, so, or what your time commitment will allow you to do. Whatever your level that you want to go for will determine how many people you're going to speak to. If you've got a massive dream, you probably end up speaking to a lot more people than maybe some other people will. You may not get stumped at the first hurdle of somebody saying no. If you just write down 5 people, that you were, you know, dead set on them getting in and they got in with somebody else, or they're just not interested. So make a list of people you know, get ready to share Daisy with. Third, and this is optional, you can look at these strategies. If you want to set up a Facebook campaign, you can do these on other social media platforms and use a memory jogger, contact list, you know, some of these old tried and tested ways of just getting your information from your head onto paper. I like to just write on paper. I just feel it's a lot gives me more clarity, and I can able to, you know, reflect, and nobody gets overlooked. If it's in my phone, it's easily overlooked, you know, and stuff like that. But once I write it down, then I can make notes to it. So this has actually got a section where you can do it. So this will do the fifth bit here. Get your prospect to watch a Daisy presentation. And then, you know, whichever it is, whether it's a live one, whether it's a recorded one, we've got some great recorded ones that are about 30 minutes long. So they don't have to be very extensive, long and everything else, or invite them onto a live Zoom. You know, if they've gone through all of that and they've still got questions, they may, you know, you may need to get a three-way call done, or just invite them onto a live Zoom, rather than trying to answer the question yourself. Okay, so again, this is some strategy that you can do on your wall. I don't know personally, some of this stuff I don't know if that's not normally you. I don't know. Some of this stuff might work. Something like here. I mean, these are stuff that obviously people have looked to put out there. So this one here, cryptocurrency and AI intelligence, you could just answer, you know, put something out there, whether it's on the Facebook, whether it's on another posting, but embed it in a way that, you know, you're going to get some dialogue, because it's all about dialogue, and then you can find out from people that may have heard. And there's so many people that are hearing about cryptocurrency, or you can post an image about, you know, somebody earning Tron, earning Bitcoin, stuff like that on your wall. And, you know, how about you, interested in earning something like that? Just something that it gets engagement with people to find out if that's something that they're interested in finding out more about or not. Okay, so again, just do whatever you feel is for you. And those of you who are marketers and doing different things already, you may not may want to do this, but you've got something, you've got a platform there, you might want to start tapping into that at this stage. Obviously, this is like just a general memory jogger. You can just write down from people, and this is the most important, like just putting their names down, even if you're not doing all of that, put their names down and just see what the feedback is, you know, your key people. So this is where I go back to the first question here, using this page. If you are the person, like and again, you've earned that, or you have to give out 500,000, you know, it may not be the people that are you're going to invite to join you first, may not be the people. They may already have 500,000 to their name. They may even have $1 million to their name. So, you know, you may not be having those people first in your lineup of people you want to share this with. So you would just want to share it with those, of course, who are into smart contracts, are into this kind of stuff. You know, our networkers, doesn't have to be in this same niche, could be in any niche. You may want to share that with them first and foremost. And then, of course, the people that you want to bless, and, you know, you want to help, and you want to give back to your church and stuff like that, or give back to your whatever entity you're part of, right? Then that's a different conversation. But definitely highlight who are going to be your frontline runners, people that you know can bring people into a network. They've done it before, or they're interested in doing it this time around. You know, those will be your first set of people you want to obviously get in, so they build that network, and then underneath that you can share it with anybody thereafter. Let me just look at some of the questions here before I move on from here. To achieve that level, what combination do you need? So we're talking about, okay, there's a couple of different things coming here to qualify. So I'm go back to my qualification question. To achieve that level, what combination do you need? So it all depends on the level. If it's level 3, we're just talking about that previous qualification level. If it's level 3, you're going to need to have your what's it called, 1,000 turnover. Okay, with 3 people, it unlocks the next level for you. All right. So those are your matrix numbers that you need to be looking at. Same way, all of these numbers, if you can get to this level, of course, 24 people with 128,000 turnover from your personals in the program, then you're looking at that. So each level, if you can unlock the next one for life, that's where that question comes in, what you need to do. Offline marketing, absolutely, offline marketing can be massive. But again, offline, we're in lockdown. So it's all about, you know, using online tools to get it out there. And you know, the speed, especially speed of doing stuff online, is what you want to be focusing on. Yeah, so just confirm that. So that were the numbers for that. So yeah, definitely you want to tap in online. Now, the page that my resource page, I'm going to be revamping it so that it's a bit more relevant during this downtime. So if you see on my page here, I'll just refresh this real quick, and let me see, do I make this go too long? I have to start chopping up this recording. What's going on there? Let me just stop this highlighter. Right, so if I show you back on here, the page that I normally do my, I'm going to create a separate page. What's it called? I can't remember the name of it now. Daisytron.net. I'm going to create a separate, similar page to this, but without the opt-in form. I don't think the opt-in form is relevant, because I'm gonna. That was prior to the launch, but now it's launched. I'm going to change. I'm just going to have a page that will have launching soon. So let me just. Wow, this is really large. Right. Yeah, I'm just going to have a page that will have the 2 basic videos on and a 30-minute presentation. Yeah, and then I'm going to remove some of this. It will have a button here to go to the next step. The next step would be, and of course, a button here that they can get. It's going to be generic, so anybody can come here and just go to the videos in question. So video number 1, video number 2, video number 3 would be them watching a 30-minute presentation, and then getting back to whoever at that point. There'll be some kind of button there. If they want to go to the next step, then they can go to the next step. The next step would be the onboarding process, which will be obviously getting back to whoever's invited them, but it will be the steps we need to enroll them into the program. So let me just show you this, the image of inviting somebody into Daisy. So right now we're just getting people prepared with their wallet. All right, so getting them with the right amount of Tron in their wallets, ready for showtime. Okay, and of course, step number 8 will be to share it with everybody. But right now, we can't, obviously, we can't do whether you're in or you're planning to get in and you want to upgrade. Right now, we're just going to wait. And I think Thursday we'll be going live with the going live with it opening up again for us to continue doing our business. Okay, so that's all I want to really share with you on that front. Just a couple of things on wallet management, guys. Just make sure you've got your seed words backed up, your private key. I think I've spoken to quite a few people now who have got their private key sorted. Thankfully, their private key backed up, as well as their seed words. So there is an actual graphic I wanted to share, just to make sure you know where you're going with that one. So let me just bring this up, and I think I'll be done for the day. Also, one more thing. Where is it? Tron link. I think that's it. Yeah. Also, the webinar schedules. Like I said, I'm doing these ones on a Tuesdays and Thursdays, but a Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, Who Pulls webinars are taking place. So definitely direct people to those. So let me just bring this up a little bit more. Right. So when you get your Tron link on your mobile, yeah, bottom right hand corner, you've got the My, just similar to in Clever, you've got in the bottom right hand corner, You've got a menu, you click on, it's going to give you wallet management. And then when you're in wallet management, you want to make sure you can back up your private key, and you want to back up your 12 seed words. This is, I mean, the 12 seed words are great. Your private key is something like when if you're going to open it up on another device, let's say you want to transfer from here to your Tron link on your desktop, you're on your laptop, you know, on your computer, I should say, then you're going to just back up your private key and then install the Chrome extension on your Chrome browser, and then you're going to paste your, instead of export, you're going to paste, you're going to do an import your private key. And similarly, if you've just started on your desktop, then you want to export your private key. So you just want to back these up, keep them secure, not available just where it can go missing, or it can be manipulated in any which way from that point of view. Okay, so that's really important. The other thing I want to just quickly talk about is how are you going to, like, if you've got numbers of people, I'm going to show you right now. I'm doing something I haven't done in ages. It's terrible. Over the years, right, I've collected, I don't know if you can see my screen here. I've cut my head off there. I'm going through you know, business cards. You know, this is just a small sample of cards and leads and stuff where I've met people over the years in London, in America, in wherever, and for the most part, I've just, you know, not done a great deal with them because I'm always in connection with people and stuff like that. But now I'm like, you know what, this Daisy business, I'm gonna start to get serious with it. So what I'm doing, I'm going through my cards and I'm using this software. I just got to tell you, if you've got business cards, you may want to think about doing this. Let me just show you real quick. I just want to go back to this. What I was going to show you was my promo page, which some of you guys have seen this before. This is where I'm using the videos from here to share. Now there's a video on here which I'm going to include on the landing page, which is how Daisy can work for you. This is pretty cool, 6 minutes long, but the first couple of minutes is like 3 minutes, is like again a bit of a deeper dive into Daisy, but then they have a little cartoon that plays out for the remaining 3 minutes. So I thought it was pretty cool, with just future projection, what Daisy can do for someone. So I'm definitely going to have those two videos on there, because I think people get to the halfway mark and think that's it, and there's a clip that continues afterwards, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to have those, a couple of those on there. And then this is what I'm going to share with you. I mean, there's loads of different apps. I'm just using this one that is helping me keep myself organized. So those business cards, I'm going to share with you real quick. This was it, CC Cam Card. So I'm using one called Cam Card. There's a ton of them. I just like Cam Card. It works. It's clean. I don't get pop-ups and all this kind of stuff. So when I go on here, all right, when I go on here, I just literally, I take a photo of the card. It's in my contact list. I've created a group in Gmail, because in your Gmail, you know, when you can back up your contacts directly into your Gmail account, so that if your phone ever messes up, at least you've got a backup copy. So I've created a folder there called you know, backup and stuff like that. So I've been doing that and importing it. And in fact, so yeah, I don't want to do that. So I've been importing them into my contacts. Now I'm using this software, and I don't know if I've logged into it on this computer. I think I have. Just bear me 1 second, guys. I didn't actually think I was going to share this, but I'm going to share it. Let me share this with you here and now. There's lots of CRM softwares out there. Some of them are free. Some of them you're going to have to pay for. I've been a big fan of one called Hilo. And if you're thinking of registering, just wait. I'll post some details out about it, because it's all like intertwined to who you are on your team and stuff like that. So some of the stuff I may be doing, I'm just working on this again, because I haven't worked on it in a while. I want to start making this stuff available. But this is what I like about this. I haven't really populated this. I'm just going to show you some stuff here. So I've just logged in. What I like about high-low, let me just turn my, sorry, I just remembered it. The way my screen's positioned, turn my video off. What I like about high-low is, again, there's many different CRMs you can use. Whatever your goals are, you can have them up here. You can upload your image board here. So every time you log in, you know your why, you know, what's your reason why you're doing this. Make it real, like make you see it every day kind of thing. The other thing, so that's one thing I like about it. You can set how your goals are for how you're going to reach out to the people you want to share this with. Let's say you've got these different goal options I want to bring up. So depending on how aggressive you want to be, you can modify these, and these will keep you on track. And I you know, again, it's difficult for me to maybe be or you know, partner. It does say if you can partner up with somebody and be accountable and stuff like that, you know, it's good. But if you can't, this is fantastic, you know, as long as you pay attention to the emails, because what's going to happen is you're going to set these parameters. All right, if you're just, you know, you're based on what you're doing, I want to just keep the lights on, which is basically pay the bills. You know, you reach out to 15 people, you're going to do 10 follow-ups. This is a week, by the way, not a day, and 5 team shout outs. If you're positioned for growth, these are the defaults that come up with 25 reach outs, 15 follow-ups, and 10 team reach outs in that week. Or watch out world, I'm going to set the world on fire, or set myself on fire and just stand back and watch kind of thing. 35 reach outs for the week. So if you break that down, that may be, you know, if you don't do anything on a Sunday, or if you don't do something on a Saturday, you work it out if you're doing 7 days a week, or if you're, you know, a literally Monday to Friday kind of person. So you work those numbers out, what your weekly target are, you break that down to daily. Whoa, you break that down to daily. Let's make sure I don't shut down. My battery's getting low. And your team reach outs, or you can customize it. If you're the person that wants to do 100 reach outs in a week, modify it, do whatever you know you feel that you can comfortably do. So it had some defaults here, and I'll just switch it back here. It will send you a message every, you know, whatever you are, you got hot leads, remind me every 3 days to follow up. It had 30 days, and I'm thinking 30 days, the daisy pace setter will be over. That's no good. So I just chunked the zeros off and I said hot leads every 3 days, warm leads at least 6 days. I mean, I think some of these are a bit too long in the tooth, and cold leads 9 days that you follow up with. So based on where these people are and how, now you may be thinking, where are these people coming from? You'll be surprised. If you did back up your phone and put it on Google, or you went into your Facebook. Now check this out, guys. I can click on add contact here. I don't think I've done anything here yet. Could do them one by one. Yeah, that's a longer, slower method. But some people you may just have on a bit of paper or whatever, and you're just going to write them down. What you might want to do, like if they're not a business card, you're not going to scan it. You can just add a whole bunch of them. So if I go to contact management, and a lot of these, I've been checking out some other ones, right? You've got lots of different ones which you can do. If we're going to go to contact management, they had a little thing here before. Yeah, here it is. Import contacts. Okay, so I can do an import. I can go from Facebook. Now there's a way in which you can import every single contact in Facebook. Now, for the most part, you might not interact with most of these people. Now it's time that they are earned their worth to be your friend on Facebook, right? So you can import those friends, sorry, from Facebook into here. Following these instructions, it tells you what to do. It will basically grab them as an import file. I did this before, I was quite impressed. And then boom, they came into my back office. Then if you've got your leads on Google, which we all have the capability to have, I should say, if you do decide to use Google to back up your contacts, you can then import it as a CSV file in Excel. So if you go to your contacts in Gmail, go to your contact section, you can export them as a CSV file, import them into this program. So wherever you've got contacts, if you've got them on your cell phone, they're now copied into Gmail. And if you've got them on Facebook or any other entity, you can pretty much back them up. So these are different ways in which you can get your contacts in. So if you're scanning from cell phone, what's going to happen is all your leads will come in here, right, into one place. So you're not cherry picking who you're contacting. And of course, you can select all this stuff here. Once you've got your contact in here, in like, let's say the sample contact, once you start to send a message out, you set up a follow-up date, right? You follow them up in 3 days, you follow or a week. They said to you, oh, you know what? Can't do anything right now, but I'll be free in a week's time. All right, so you set a week, boom, follow up in a week. That's being followed up to your conversation. Any other information you want to put about them, you put it in here, yeah? Any notes or whatever, you put them in this field. And then you just do your actions, right? You go in here, you know that, okay, this date today, they got on a webinar, and they said to you, follow up with me in a week. This is where most people leave money on the table. Follow up is the biggest challenge, where most people who could have been crazy successful, hitting all the rewards that the company gives them, don't do, because follow-up is a challenge. And I'm not saying I'm any different. All right, I'm guilty of this myself. This program will help you stay on top of your game. Okay, so even if you do crazy numbers, you're sharing this with crazy numbers, this will help you stay on top of your game. This program here will at least assist you, I should say. And then there's different things here. What I like about this, they've got different scripts, right? This was built by networkers. So guess what? They're going to have ways in which you can do stuff. Let's say it's an old friend. It's a new reach out to an old friend. You ain't contacted them in a while. So boom, you can say, oh, I know it's been a long time since we've spoken, but you've been on my mind a lot lately. We started a new business, and I can't help but think of how incredible you would be at this. And this is, obviously you want to have some truth to this. And then you're like, I love the opportunity to tell you about it. I only need 10 minutes. See what? That 10 minutes again of your time. And the rest we can spend chatting on whatever else, right? What's going on in your mind. I'm available. Boom, boom, boom. Let them know what works for you. All right. Can't wait to hear from you. And this is just something you can either send, you can speak this if there's something that you want to do. These are email dialogues that you can deal with. You can upload your own scripts or anybody else. If I've got scripts, I've got a ton of scripts that I can upload. So if we're interconnected on this app, I just send it directly to whoever's connected to you. If you forgot to follow up, yeah, guilty of that one. I'm so sorry, I haven't followed up with you sooner. I've been so busy with clients, team members, that I don't even know where the days have gone. Good problems, but I'm still sorry. How are things? And this can, like, literally, you could speak this over the phone to somebody, and obviously this is a genuine thing that most people are. We get caught up in life and whatever else. We didn't follow our plan, but this will help you keep on track with just simple scripts. And if you want to modify, put your own ones in, great, go for it. You can do whatever you want from that point of view. There's so many things here that I absolutely love, especially when it comes to building the pipeline of other people, because everyone's got a pipeline of people. Some of them you're just like, what, oh my days, this person's, I'm afraid to talk to them. They're 7-figure earner, stuff like that. You got loads of stuff here. You can add funnels. I've not done half of this stuff. You can probably add a funnel or do that. I've not messed with this to that degree, but I do want to start doing more with this. So by the time I come back on, maybe Thursday or whenever we go live again, let me just call this something real quick. Daisy, add funnel. Then by the time we go live again, then we'll be able to show you this in reality and stuff like that. So update funnel. So there's lots of different things. All I'm saying is there's lots of things you can do, and this product, you can get it for free for 30 days, I believe. If you don't use all the features, it's still, you can still use it. I mean, I've used it over 30 days. I registered in August, and I've not really done much with it since. Yeah, but everything is here. Your to-do list, your organization volume. Talking about tracking your volume, guys, this is the time that you need to know what your numbers are going to look like before it happens. Yeah, so let's say your goal is, and I'm running a lot longer than I hoped, but I just want to really get this over. We've only got 30, we've got another fresh 30 days, and I want this time to count if you didn't make the most of it the first few days before they did a reset, because they're giving us another 30 days. So right now, every day adds to that 30 days. We can build this on paper or on this platform. So let's say your volume, you know, you need to be whatever it is, right? Every person that you speak to, and you just gauge an idea what's their volume looking to. And now this is volume that's normally based on, like, if you've got a physical product, you're selling healthcare products and stuff like that, right? Or you may be in a travel deal and there's a certain amount of points linked to it, but you can modify this and edit this however you want, right? And I'm going to see how I can use it in, because it's not going to be no necessarily preferred customers, but there may just be, I may just rename this as customers, people who aren't builders, right? And my consultants will be, those people who are my builders. So that, you can kind of differentiate maybe from that point of view, people that are going to be passive and stuff like that, people are going to be more aggressive. And so, again, if you've got this idea in mind, you can kind of just give yourself a clue. How much volume do you need? How much volume do you need to go level 9, level 10, and stuff like that? Let me just look at the questions. Is there any age restriction? Daisy, there's no age restrictions, because it's a smart contract and it's a wallet to wallet kind of deal. But Endotech, they're going to offer you equity shares, so which won't happen for at least a year. So you would need to be, that person would need to be at least 18. And they may say, oh, excuse me, they just turn 18 or whatever, but it's when they get released that's important. So if they're 17 and a few months in, so that may be fine. It's when they release those equity shares and you're qualified for those, or you're, if it's a husband and wife in that scenario, and you're doing it on behalf of your teenager who isn't quite 18 yet or whatever, and then that other person in your household who's of age may be the one that provides the KYC. But ideally they want to be as close to 18 as they can be, so that that will be for them, because I know everybody wants to build for the future and stuff like that, but let's it makes sense just focusing on those who are of age. This CRM works out to be $15 US a month after the 30 days. But like I said, I'm using it still and I ain't paid anything. It doesn't take no card details up front. It just, you can just put your details in here, and then I've like I said, I've used this under so many different email addresses, because I've never really kind of just gone full throttle and had to use it. But I've just been working off my warm market most of the time. But I really do want to embody everything that this gives me, so that I am not missing people, and I am following up properly, especially leading up to the relaunch. Now, timing wise, we can, and I sometimes do it. I got on the phone with somebody that I haven't spoken to in a while, and we start chatting, we're talking about everything. You can be on the phone, or the best intention, speaking about Daisy. Next thing you know, you're talking about Trump, you're talking about COVID, you're talking about anything else. But you know what? I've only got like 10 minutes for this call. Not even 10 minutes. I've only got like 3 minutes for this call, assigned 3 minutes. And yet we're talking about everything else. That's not going to make a difference to me qualifying for gold pay setter in 30 days or not. Some of those conversations and some of those dialogue, they're just going to have to shelve, and you're just going to have to be like blunt with people. So you know what? I'd love to catch up with you, but I've really only got a couple of minutes. I just need to know, based on what you saw, are you a 10 that you really like this, you want to move forward, or are you 0, you hate it, you didn't like it? I just want to gauge where you're at. And if they're 5 and above, you can say, find out what would it take for them to be a 7 or 8. So maybe like, oh yeah, you know what, it's that technology, I'm not good at it now. I'm just used to, I'd rather work with a CEO of a company and have customer support on a phone and stuff like that. Just maybe stuff that they just need to change with the times. Certain things are changing and they're not going to go back to the way they were. And so it's just that may be the dialogue. But this tomato timer, the reason why I was talking about that is because within the app, there's timer thing. You can set it so that it will alert you after a certain amount of time doing whatever activity. You can actually, I think within your desktop and stuff, you can set audio tones and the whole nine. This is really good. I'm definitely pop-up alerts so that you're not doing one thing for too long. I'm guilty of this. I'm in front of my screen for way too long half the time. And this will just maybe just say, you know what, for the next 15 minutes, I'm prospecting. Nobody is calling me. I'm calling people. I'm following up. This is my follow-up time for the next 50 minutes. So you do it, you break, and you know, do whatever you need to do. So I like the tools that are in this CRM, and then you can, you know, do whatever you want with it. But again, if you like vision boards, you know, knock yourself out. I think under here or under here, you can go to your vision board section, upload those things, you know, put those things in there that are relevant to you, and stuff like that. And last thing I want to talk about is just some of these templates here. Again, when it comes to marketing, there's so many ways you can go at this, right? You can build up your own if you've got stuff you want to import to there, but these are going to give you some stuff here. I believe they've got some stuff where you can utilize and just start working from. So I think I was using these in the past when I was trying to do 2 different businesses at the same time, which I don't recommend you do. Especially now, you know, it's about staying focused. But again, new product launch web template, new product launch email template. This may give you some ideas, you know, and you can edit it and stuff like that, and just, you know, just do whatever you want with it. So there's a lot of stuff here, guys, that you can really work with. But I do like how they've set it up. So from your goal tracking to your reach out log. Of course, we're not placing any orders and stuff, down to your to-do list. Everything is here at your disposal. You know, if you've done it or not, it's going to be in your face if you haven't done it. You can set yourself these alerts and stuff like that. Okay. So with that said, I'm pretty much done. In fact, did I bring that up? No, I didn't bring that up. I'm pretty much done. Email list. There's so much here that you can do to keep you on track. So that's the end